So for this video, I want to show you a very helpful chart that I use a lot when I'm talking about trig and trying to evaluate trig functions, especially with the unit circle. This chart actually will give us the values for our most general angles that are located in quadrant 1. We also call them the reference angles. So this chart is just a great reference guide anytime we're trying to evaluate trig functions. So let me show you how I do this. Okay, we're going to start by making our chart. We want to list across the top the basic general angles of quadrant 1. I'm going to list them in radians and degrees. Now we're usually going to use them in radians most often, but we'll list both. So we start with 0. And then we have, the next would be our 30 degree. That is pi over 6. Then we have 45 degree, pi over 4. And then, let's see what's next. 60 degree, which is pi over 3. And lastly, we have our 90 degree angle, which is pi over 2. Okay, just to show you in degrees, that would be 30, 45, sorry, that's messy, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. Okay, so they go for both. You just need to be able to know how to convert between 30 degrees and pi over 6. That's just something you're just going to need to know. And so over to the left, we're going to put sine. Of course, this is our theta, right? These are our angles, so we're going to look for sine of theta, cosine of theta, and then we can also add a tangent to it if we want to. So I'll put that there. But the sine and cosine are the ones that we're going to learn first. So you can fill this out very easily if you think, without much thinking about it. So let me show you how you can fill it out. You can start by putting everything over 2, and on the top you're going to put, let's see, let me do this first. Okay, so on the top you have what? The square root of 0, square root of 1, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 4. This is just the method that if you're just wanting to fill it out without even thinking about it, this is how you can fill it out. And of course, we want to simplify that because the square root of 0, of course, is just 0. So this is the number 0, right? You really don't need to have square root of 2. A square root of 1 is 1/2, right? Square root of 2 over 2, we'll keep it that way. Square root of 3 over 2, we'll keep it that way. Square root of 4 over 2 is 2 over 2, which is the number 1. Okay, so once you have that, these are the values of sine of the basic angles of first quadrant. 0, 1/2, square root of 2 over 2, square root of 3 over 2, and 1. Once you have that, filling out the cosine is very simple. It's just the same exact values in reverse order. So if I have a 0 in the first one, over here at the end, my cosine is 0. When I have 1/2 right here at 30 degrees or pi over 6, I'm going to do 1/2 over here. So you write it in just a reverse order. That's what makes it easy. So if you can just learn the sine values, then you know your cosine. They're just opposite. Okay, and one more step. If you want to go ahead and find the tangent, you can. Remember, tangent is just, what, sine over cosine? So basically, to come up with tangent, you're just going to divide the two. So let's look at this first one for 0 degrees. You have 0 over 1, which is 0. Okay, for the next one, you have 1/2 divided by square root of 3 over 2. Well, if you're dividing two fractions and they have the same denominator, you can just cancel those denominators. So you basically are dividing just those numerators. 1 over square root of 3, square root of course, you have what? Square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2. That's just 1. The next one, square root of 3 divided by the 1. The 2's cross out, so you have the square root of 3. And then lastly, 1 over 0, that's undefined because 0 is in the denominator. So you would say does not exist. And this is our chart. So I would come in when I'm filling it out, honestly, I would not put that square root, right? I would just go ahead and my head know is 0, 1/2 right here. And there's my chart. So this is so helpful. If I were working maybe a test or just working my homework, trying to evaluate any trig values, I usually go to the side of the paper, jot this down, and it's a quick reference guide. So if I ever need to know, let's see, for example, sine of pi over 6, you can just go over here, the sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. Or let's say the tangent of pi over 3, you just say tangent of pi over 3 is square root of 3. It's a very, very helpful chart, and I suggest that you all learn how to do this and memorize how to fill it out.